4,400, 10 pounds, a one owner, couples camping, lightweight little no slide Salem cruise light, 24-foot box, probably, I don't know, 26, 7 foot, tip to tail by the time you factor in the tongue and bumper, just came in on trade. Treated the folks well. They just simply wanted more camper. They moved up to a Freedom Express Ultralight, moved up in features, amenities, and size with a big dinette slide. But I think there's a lot of folks out there who look for something with no slide out for the ease, the simplicity, the lower cost, and the lighter weight. And those are all good factors too. This will not be my longest video by any stretch because this is not necessarily, I mean, it's simple by design. This camper is by design built and appointed to do exactly what it needs to and not announce more, which means it doesn't cost $1 more than it has to or weigh a pound more than it should. That's kind of the whole idea between the Salem and Wildwood lines, which are the exact same thing, by the way. What do I mean by that? Well, like, they could have put 4 cabinet doors up here, but 3 gets the job done. You know, they could have respaced them a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with how this is laid out. That's kind of the logic behind these folks. If they can find an intelligent way to accomplish something without adding a thing, they'll do that. Now, starting up top here, what I do like, though, is they didn't cut down on the cabinet space, because in a floor plan like this especially, cabinet space is oh so crucial. And you know, you have full overhead cabinets there, obviously. We've got that wing out countertop down below. You saw that we had those extra drawers below the sink, and some folks are going to wonder why they're down so low, and the sink is actually the answer. The sink would be in the way if they were mounted up too much higher. Someone's also going to ask, what is this little cube of carpet? That's the wheel well. It kind of just has to be there. What's sort of neat is over here by the entry door, the wheel well, it kind of just organically creates a little, maybe kind of a shoe bench. Not the biggest, but especially for kiddos, if you got the grandkids for the weekend, they can kind of sit on there and put their little shoes on. And that little corner, it sort of creates like a perfect little shoe garage. And it wouldn't be real hard to put like a little shoe organizer there or anything. So it's simple, it's effective. We've got a fully featured kitchen. Not a ton of countertop space here, but that's why they put that wing out there to maximize what you do have. Full 6 cubic foot fridge freezer. Air is non-centralized here. This is just a localized drop-in air conditioner. It's the same size as other air conditioners, but this being a small camper, they figure generally speaking you don't need you know, a whole bunch of air. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but it made sense to the people that designed it. What I do think is interesting is the previous owners apparently left their TV in here, and that is something that I've noticed a lot of people who trade these in don't do. But then again, the camper that they're purchasing has a bigger TV already installed in it, so they probably didn't need it. So I think this speaks volumes to the quality of character of the people who own this, and the fact that I'm looking through it, and I mean, you know, look, the sinks are clean, the floor is clean, the table's clean. This is a well-kept camper. You know, this is not something where I think you're going to inherit someone else's problems. Now, the dinette here can fold down into an extra little bonus sleeper, and there is storage below each of the benches. And I've got the shades drawn right now because the morning sun was just killing my camera. But you've also got the big shade right on the door side of the camper to be able to see outside. Simple, but enough entertainment. We've got just a simple stereo DVD system here. This was made before Bluetooth was really penetrating the RV market. We do have like a couple little extra inputs for like AV plugs here, so if you have something else you want to plug in, you can kind of repurpose some of this cabinet space for extra entertainment room if you're interested. Bathroom back here actually is kind of nice. Let me sneak back here real quick. So you're wondering, like, why did they block that off? That's probably where the chimney pipe for the black tank is located, because you do have to ventilate a black tank. Otherwise, you know, expanding gases would cause a poo-splosion, if you will. So, shower's simple, but effective. This is not an extra tall, extra heavy, extra expensive camper. Again, all of that by design. If you are looking for something bigger and taller, maybe with a few more features, you might really appreciate the 232RB J-Flight SLX that we offer here at Haylett RV. Same basic floor plan, but it's a 3-inch taller and slightly higher equipped version of something like this. And this is a common floor plan. A lot of brands build it. Another good option if you're looking for no slide but upscale would be the 204RD Freedom Express that we have here at Haylett RV. And that is a very popular lightweight. And it's interesting that the people who bought this one actually did purchase a Freedom Express, just a different model from what I just mentioned. No slide, means carpetless, means easy cleaning, and obviously the previous owners took advantage of that. And then here's another thing that I mean by intelligent design. Most of these sofas, this is what's called a Jackknife Sofa. You can fold it down into a small sleeper for grandkids for the weekend, and usually you can lift it for a little bit of storage. But in this case, you've got things right here, like you've got furnace vents and stuff, and they don't want cargo to bash that. So instead of lifting it for storage, they have a pre-cut little shoe garage pocket right there, right by the entry door. And I think that's, you know, that again, sometimes something doesn't have to be expensive to be very good and very effective. And I think that, again, the people who put these campers together really understand that better than a lot of folks. So, you know, simple, basic, minimalist bedroom, but again, you're looking at a camper like this, not because you're looking for a Taj Mahal, but because you're looking for something that's comfortable, you know, instead of a tent, you're not sleeping on the ground. And you're going to spend most of your time outside. Maybe you're on a rainy day, you're going to be under the awning, or you're going to be, you know, playing a game of cards with friends at the table over here. But the bedroom in this is not intended to be something where you like hang out and spend all day. I'm not sure if these things right here are just for visual accent. They do help define this is the living room and that's the bedroom, or if they're here for support. Either way, no matter what their purpose, it's positive. So I'm glad that they are here. The entire purpose, logic, and definition of this thing is just simple, easy camping. And the easy part of this comes in the fact that it has a power awning, power tongue jack, and 4-corner power stabilizer jacks. There's no manual stuff really required with this one when you're setting or breaking camp. The idea is you get there, you unhook, you push a couple buttons, and you grab your favorite drink and you hit a lawn chair. That's, you know, that's what you do. Chances are, most people who look at a camper like this aren't really super interested even in the TV. I'm sure you'll appreciate that it's there on a rainy day, but it's probably not your primary purpose. The pass-through storage isn't exceptionally tall, but it is very wide, and I actually think that that's more useful than tall storage. Tall storage looks impressive. Tall storage is also very cumbersome and not really super functional, because you don't tend to stack cargo vertically when you're going down the road, unless you stack it so high that, you know, there's no room left in there. You know, horizontal, big, wide cargo like this, that gives you room to set chairs and you know, you're hitching when you get to your destination, all of that there. It gives you the room to put your things, and I think that that makes a little more sense. It's also easier to access than when everything's not all stacked up. Something that they kind of borrowed from the Cherokee campers like we have here at Haylett RV. This is a close cousin to a Cherokee, by the way. The best way I can describe this is if you're looking at in the Chevy family of vehicles or whatever, you know, I'm not trying to be brand specific. I'm just trying to use a parallel example here. This would be something like a Malibu LS. Small, simple, effective. Whereas, by contrast, a Cherokee would be more like an Impala LT. It would be a higher end, a higher equipped camper, but from the same general manufacturer. That's sort of the way that these relate. I'm not saying one's better than the other. They're both built for different purposes. Cherokee has proven more successful overall in the market, and so that's a different topic, but there's nothing wrong with these guys. And again, they're not too far apart from one another in how they're generally put together in terms of construction. Like, this does have a walk-on roof. You won't see a ladder on the back of it, but you can walk on it, so there's no harm there. You know what I did not look at? Let's look at the tires. I don't expect there to be any problems here. Actually, we do have a slight amount of weather checking on that tire there. This one looks alright. So that's just something to keep an eye on. It's nothing that I'm really too worked up over looking at it, but it is something that you should take a look at. Morning, Russ. Morning here, and one of our techs is going out for a mobile service call. We like to take care of our folks. And that's, you know, some of these campers, once you're set up at a park, you know, you with a deck next to it, you can't exactly just haul it in here. So we do try to send people out to take care of our customers whenever we can. The exterior is pretty simple. There's actually not a whole lot to write home about out here, guys, because that's the whole point of the camper. It does what it should, where it should, how much it should, and never more. It looks like we might have a little bit of a low tire in the back there, but we'll take care of that before you take it home. That's not a big deal. So with that, we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.